What's up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel.
And we bought our 19th car sharing car.
And we didn't record it because Aubrey didn't think we were gonna buy it.
No, I didn't. So as you guys know, HP and I have been looking for new cars like crazy lately, and recently we went to go look at 3 cars that all turned out to be duds. And because of that, we were a bit discouraged about the hunt for new cars. So whenever HP sent me the photo for this Ford Fusion, I really wasn't jazzed about it, and I didn't think it was a good buy.
But at the end of the day, I had cash, the price was right, and he gave me the keys, so let's give you the tour. So this is a 2012 Ford Fusion, and this thing is actually pretty clean with maybe one big scratch on the back. It is a one-owner vehicle, which means it has all the maintenance records. It's had a lot of stuff done, and obviously the last person couldn't drive very well because that happened. We'll get more on that later. Now, exactly how you see it is exactly how we bought it. We have not vacuumed it, washed the exterior, nothing. Only thing I've done is order parts for it because there are a few things that need to be replaced on this vehicle before it's Turo ready, but this thing is immaculate on the inside and for the most part on the outside as well. Now, this isn't the super trimmed up model like our white Ford Focus is, but it does have things like a sunroof, fog lamps, and Bluetooth, which is actually really nice, and even power seats, which is kind of the pied de la resistance. Now, I love this car a lot. Aubrey, what are your thoughts?
I actually really like this car, despite the fact that our previous Ford Fusion that we used to have was a pain to deal with and had a lot of mechanical issues. It did extremely well when it was rented out on Turo, so I've actually been looking for a replacement for that car for a really long time, so it feels really good to finally have one.
Let's go for a test drive. Now, driving this car feels amazing. It's actually, steering is really tight, it's really comfortable, it's not clapped out. 83,000 miles, it's super low, and that just means less suspension wear altogether.
There is a little bit of normal wear and tear, like this is peeling a bit, and there is a little bit of peel on the actual buttons themselves, but all in all, the interior is in really solid condition. Everything works nicely, the air is really good, which is super important in Texas summers, and all in all, it feels super comfortable.
Now, as you can tell, it does have tan interior, which Aubrey and I are not very fond of, but one thing that is really important to note is that it's two-tone with darker carpets, which means less stains where your feet go, and the seats can actually be cleaned pretty well, and that can be a huge problem.
And HP has gotten really good at cleaning interiors, even tan ones, so I'm not as concerned with tan interiors as I used to be.
Now, unlike our last Fusion, this does have the upgraded V6 engine, which means it's got some power!
Almost as fast as your GT500.
Pretty close, honestly. But there is one thing about it, it does have a bit of a whine, and that does need to be fixed. I'll explain that in a little bit, but not a huge concern.
All in all, this car is super comfortable. It's extremely roomy and spacious, but it's not too big, and it's gonna be the perfect car for any type of renter, which is great.
Now let's talk about what needs to be fixed. Now, the car isn't flawless. It does need a few things like I mentioned before. For one, it does need a door lock actuator on the right side. As you can see, it's not exactly locking, so that does need to be replaced because we don't want to at least have one door that's open every time you try to secure things. Another thing is the mirror was replaced, but unfortunately it was replaced with the wrong one, and instead of them trying to figure out which wires go to which, they just left it unplugged, so I get to deal with that now. And lastly, the whining we heard on the test drive is going to be the alternator that does need to be replaced. The bearing is going out, but after that, it's rental ready.
So this is officially our 5th Ford, and it's our 19th car sharing car, which is super exciting because we are so close to that elusive 20 vehicle mark, which is something we've been working towards for like 2 years now. This car is one owner, it's a 2012, and of course has a clean title, and it is incredibly low mileage with less than 85,000 miles, which is super exciting. It is, I think, officially one of our lower mile vehicles, and we're able to buy it for $5,700, which is a really solid deal, especially in this current car market.
And it's only going to take about $400 to fix all the stuff that it needs, and honestly, math, I think that's $6,300. Not a bad buy.
$6,100.
I wasn't good at math. I never said I was.
Neither was I.
Oh, whatever.
And once this car is officially listed out on the Turo platform, we'll be able to rent it for between $35 and $40 per day.
And honestly, a lot of people are looking for something like a bigger size sedan, kind of like our Hyundai Sonatas that we have, and I honestly think they're gonna love it because this car looks great.
guys, there you have it, our 19th car sharing car, which is super exciting, but make sure to stay tuned because we definitely have some more purchases planned in the very near future.
And we'll try to record them. But as always, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We'll see you in the next episode.